Duncan's leadership style would fit better in today's NBA than Steph Curry. No, Kobe Bryant, my bad. And I think you can argue he's a better player than Kobe, too. And, with Kevin Garnett, he didn't even win a ring, so how are you going to trust him around a team? And, Dan Patrick told a story today, and he said, Tim Duncan never showed it, but he had a sense of humor, and he was just as competitive as any of them, like Kobe and Kevin Garnett. Difference is Kobe and Kevin Garnett expressed their competitive style. Kobe was crazy competitive. It was Jordan level. It was Jordan-esque. He was Michael Jordan. When it comes to player-to-player comparison, on how they play, no one has been more like Jordan than Kobe. You can say LeBron is the closest to the first person to ever come close to Jordan. But Kobe was the closest comparison to Jordan. But Tim Duncan had a sense of humor. He was as competitive as KG and Kobe. He was really driven. And you know how driven he was? This is what Dan Patrick said. When ESPN, he was working there at the time, released their top 50 players ever, Tim Duncan kept asking, alright, what's the list like? And Patrick was like, I'm not going to tell you that. And then he kind of shortened it to is Jordan number one? And he kept asking that. He was like, is Jordan number one? And Dan Patrick was like, win the title and I'll tell you. And he went out and won the title. And the first thing he did the next morning, he went into his office and he said, is Jordan number one? And he was like, yeah. So, he just wasn't exciting. For a guy named Duncan, I don't think he had that many dunks. So, he just wasn't an exciting, flashy player like a lot of the guys we love are. And he wasn't loud or anything. He wasn't a Reggie Miller trash-talking constantly. But he was, when you look at the numbers, look at what he accomplished, easily a top 10 player ever. Alright, so I gave the schedule, the NFL schedule, another sorry. I gave the schedule another, quick glance, just to, make sure I don't have any other opinions, but I do. And it's about a team that I already covered. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers, look at those last 4 weeks. Titans, it's a tough one. Chiefs in Kansas City. Browns. Ravens in Baltimore. That's 4 straight weeks. They can beat the Titans. I don't know. I think the Titans might regress a bit. But I don't think they can beat the Chiefs. I don't think they beat the Browns. Ravens at Baltimore, I don't know. They're going to need Ben to play very well to, finish strong. They don't want what happened this year to happen again, where they go 1-5 in their last 6, including the playoff game, by the way, 1-5. They were 1-4 in the regular season, final weeks. You don't want that as the Steelers. So, last 4 weeks, you're going to need Big Ben. And, Big Ben, when he had to, when they were fighting to clinch that AFC North and that playoff spot, Big Ben came through in the second half. So, The Colts, they beat the Colts. That was a good win for them. By the way, Peter King, one of the sources I follow to get information. He explained why the Patriots and Bucks are specifically playing in Week 4. They don't want weather to be an issue. They want it to be early in the season, like October, September, so that, they don't have to postpone it or anything. And they want, they don't want everyone to be injured. They want everyone to be healthy so that we get the full, experience of Belichick versus Brady. Or Brady versus Belichick. Clash of the Titans. How great would it be if the Pats surprised everyone and made it to the Super Bowl again? And the Bucks met them in the Super Bowl. That's where you find out who the system is. Is it Belichick or Brady? But those are the reasons that it's being held in Week 4 specifically. I didn't even know that. I just figured they picked a random week and we're like, yeah, let's have the Pats and Bucks right here, the Belichick-Brady reunion. Alright, and finally, for my last topic of the day, I found out more about Aaron Rodgers. I know you guys love hearing about this. Yeah, I know it's obnoxious, but it actually is pretty important. So, the Packers, it's been quiet, but then a report came out today. Packers want a quarterback in return for Aaron. But it's saying the Broncos are the favorite to land Rodgers. They have Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock. I hope you don't think those guys are going to take you to the NFC Championship. I hope you don't think that. But I don't know why the Niners, it was only revealed they called, a couple of weeks before the draft. But, it was apparently, known that Rodgers was unhappy in January. The Rams called in January. They were like, hey, how about we give you Jared Goff and a couple picks, and you send us over your crown jewel, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, and the Packers didn't know. But the Niners, I don't know. It was known early that Aaron Rodgers was not happy. And, I didn't really mention anything. I kind of, I kind of just figured, it was 5 minutes after the most depressing loss of his life. I'll say it again. You can't expect him to be happy after it. But other teams looked at it and they were like, whoa, that's an unhappy man. And they were right. I was wrong about that. I thought he was just, just upset about... I think it's more depressing than that Seahawks loss. Because at least in the Seahawks loss, Rodgers was like, hey, I got 7 more years under my... that I can look forward to. And now, it's maybe 3 years. And, we'll see what happens with that. So good stuff today. I think this was about a 35-minute podcast. And, oh, look, Aaron Rodgers posted on his story. What did he post? Yeah, nothing. Oh, wait, there's a couple more. It's a COVID-19 fund. Yeah, I don't care, Aaron. Aaron has a lot of audacity posting on Instagram during this whole crisis he put the Packers through. It's fine. We're good. So, anyway, this is good stuff today. Remember Google Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, or iHeartRadio. This is Dylan Miller on Daily Dose of Dylan. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.